Good evening, and I welcome you, students, for a very important and amazing session on thrust and pressure. What we have discussed last time, what is the gravitational force, what is the free fall of the body, acceleration due to gravity. But today we are talking of two important things. One is thrust and other is pressure. And we want to see what is the relationship between the two and what was the need of the pressure, students. Consider, student, that you are on a beach. I am saying you are on a beach. On the beach, I am trying to say that you have, student, loose sand. You have a loose sand. That on the beach, you see that there is a sand which is loose, and you stand on it. You are standing on the loose sand. What will happen? You stand on loose sand. For example, this is your sand which is wet, student, and you are here. You are standing on this, students. Now you have a mass supposing 50 kg. If 50 kg is your mass, what is happening? You are exerting a force downward. Okay? There is a force acting downward due to your mass, student. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Downward force. How much force is that? Let me say F is equal to m into g. So if I consider G value to be 9.8, instead of 9.8, supposing I take 10, then what will happen? What will be the force? 50 into supposing 10, that means 500 Newton force is acting downward. And what do you find, student? The sand will get compressed. What will happen? The sand will get compressed. So your feet will go down the sand. Your feet will go down the sand. Now, supposing instead of this position, student, you lie down. This you are standing. Now you lie down. What will happen? Now your position is like this, student. ठीक है? And this is the sand. This is the sand. What will happen? How much force you have? What is your weight? You have 500 Newton of force. Now you will see that the sand will be compressed less, student. So the sand will not go as deep as in this case. Interesting that the force is same. What I'm saying, the force is the same, but the effect of the force is different. Effect of force is different. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
How do we explain this, student? We are applying a force which is 500 newtons, but when you change the position, you will see that the effect is less here, effect is more here. You are going deeper inside the sand here and less deeper here. What do you think could be the reason, students? What has happened between these two? What is the difference? Force is same, but what you study, what has happened here? What has happened, student, here? What has happened? Can you make an idea what has happened? What is happening here, student? You see the area of contact is different. The area of contact, here the area of contact is small, and here the area of contact is large. Am I right? So
Yes,
you
sir.
can see the area of contact is small here in the first case, small. When you are standing, an area of contact is large here. And the result is that you are experiencing different effect of the same amount of force if you change the area of the contact. If you change the area of the contact. This is what, therefore, student, there is a need of something else which we call as a pressure. The pressure, we are saying the pressure is more here and the pressure is less here. So when there is a more pressure, the effect is more, and here the pressure is less. because the area of contact is larger, the result of the force is less here. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Let us see what we are trying to say, student. This is a pen. Is it a pen? You can see this is the tip of the pen. Tip of the pen is sharp. The area is small, and this is the back of the pen. This has a larger area. Larger area. ठीक है? This is my hand, student. I apply a force. Supposing I apply a force of 10 newtons. 10 newtons. ठीक है? When I am using the tip of the pen, I am hurt. I am hurt more. I am hurt more. And if I reverse it, student, I apply the same force, 10 newtons, 10 newtons. Now I see the effect is less. What I see, the effect of the force is less. What it means, student? Force is the same, but when I change the area of contact, what happens? The effect of the force decreases. Effect of the force decreases. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
If I consider it a cylinder, then the area is the area of this cylinder, area of the cylinder. If it is a cuboid, then area of that cube. So whatever type of object I am talking about. Therefore, student, you can see there was a need of a new quantity which we have defined as pressure. Which we have defined as pressure. Because the same force is applied, but as the area of contact changes, what happens? The result of the force is different. Result of the force is different. In other words, what I'm trying to say, let us say, give some more examples, student. What we are trying to say, students, that supposing student, that here consider this is a board, student, and here I take a rod here. Okay, this is rod is standing, student. Okay, then this is standing at an angle of 90 degree, means perpendicular to this. This will exert a force perpendicular to this. This will exert a force perpendicular to this. What I'm saying, 90 degree. This perpendicular force is what we call as thrust, student. What I call as a thrust. So force and thrust, you can see now what is the difference. Thrust is a force which is perpendicular to the surface. What is thrust? Here I've defined, student, what is thrust? Thrust is a force exerted by an object perpendicular to the surface. Perpendicular to the surface. If let me take another example. Same rectangular box. Now I make it like this, student. What I have done now, student. This, you can see that the same rod is now tilted at some angle. This is making an angle. This angle is, as you can see, this is not perpendicular. Is this perpendicular?
No, sir.
This rod is not perpendicular to the surface, is not perpendicular to the surface. What do you say? Does this rod applying a force on this surface? On the surface which is touching? Yes or no? Is
Yes,
this
sir.
rod applying a force? The answer is yes. Yes, it is applying a force. And what about the thrust? What about the thrust now? What thrust you have defined? Force exerted by an object perpendicular to the surface, student. This is not perpendicular. This is not perpendicular. Then what do you say about the thrust now? Will there be thrust? Will there be a thrust on the surface? Yes or no?
No, sir.
That is not the correct answer. Thrust will still be there, but it will not be same as this. It will not be same as this. What my point? Thrust
Yes.
is still there. Thrust is nothing but a force. We are saying perpendicular to the surface. This is still exerting a thrust, but that thrust is not the same. This thrust is more. Here, what has happened, student? What I am trying to show you. that consider this is my pen, okay? And here you see, if this is my hand, this is perpendicular, then we say it is a thrust. Thrust is a perpendicular force, is a perpendicular force when it is a 90-degree. And when I tilt it like this, what I am saying, what is the result of this now? This is not perpendicular. There is a force, on me, but the force becomes less. The force experienced by me is less now. Why? Because students, now there are two components. What is the two components? See, one is the, if I divide the force in two components, you see, you can see this is a vertical component of the force and a horizontal component of the force. There's a horizontal component of the force and vertical. This vertical force is what we defined as, this is perpendicular to the surface. This vertical force is what we defined as thrust, student. And there is a component horizontal that will not be affecting this surface. That is why we experience now less pressure, less pressure. So this is an important point, that whenever I am using pressure, student, pressure is the force exerted by an object per unit area, but this force is not the same force. Force is always perpendicular. Which force I am using? Always perpendicular, student. The perpendicular force, if I have this angle, then vertical component I'm using, so in this case the pressure will be vertical component of the force divided by a the area, which is not the same as this. It will be less than this because the force has been drawn in two components now. So student, the more better definition is that pressure is defined as thrust per unit area. And you know what is thrust? Thrust is a perpendicular force. Thrust is, what type of force is thrust? Thrust is the perpendicular force, student. Which force? Perpendicular force. Okay? Divided by the area. So whenever there is in the books, you will see they are using force per unit area, force per unit area. Now you understand the difference between thrust and the force. The thrust is the perpendicular force on the surface. So we should be always using thrust when we define pressure. Because you have seen just now that this pen, or if I take pencil, student, for example, this is a pencil, this is a sharp. If I am at right angle, I see the more effect of this. If I tilt it, this is not 90-degree. But force is there, then the thrust force has got two components. One is the horizontal, other is the vertical. Now the effect is less. The effect is less. So which component I will use? The perpendicular component. Vertical component will be used, not the horizontal component. And that is why we use thrust for pressure as thrust per unit area. Is it clear what is the difference between force and thrust? We will
Yes,
always be using thrust. Thrust is the perpendicular force. Okay? Force which is exerted perpendicular to the surface is called thrust. So our definition, though in our books we are using F by A, F will represent our force. Consider that this force is always perpendicular to the surface, and this is thrust. So we should be very clear what is the difference between force and thrust. Any doubt in this?
no,
So
sir.
students, it is very clear that there is a need of a quantity, physical quantity, which we call as a pressure, which we are defining as thrust per unit area, or perpendicular force per unit area. So because the same force can have different effects, as we have observed, the same force has different effects. So for example, students, this is my palm. Okay? You take 100 rupees note and put it, okay, on the palm. That note is exerting pressure on your palm, and you will see how much pressure will be there. That pressure is very, very small. It may be around 5 newtons. So what we are trying to say, if the area of contact increases, what happens? The pressure becomes more. Pressure is inversely proportional to the area and directly proportional to the force, as you can say. As the area will decrease, as the area of contact will decrease, the pressure will increase. the pressure will increase. So pressure is equal to mathematically F by A, where F is our thrust and A is our area of the cross section of the surface which is in contact. Now let us see, student, what will be the units? What will be the SI units of the pressure? What are the SI units of force, students?
Newton.
Newton. So you defined here, for example, you said force is equal to M into G, kilogram meter per second inverse, kilogram meter per second square. And what are the units of the area, student? Meter square. Area is meter square. So what will be left then? 1 meter and 1 meter you are cancelling. What is left? Kilogram meter inverse, and you have second inverse. What we call this as? Newton. So the SI unit of pressure will be what, student? What will be that? I need not cancel. The top one is Newton and this one. So that pressure, the unit of force is Newton, Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square, and Newton, otherwise you already know what is Newton. What is Newton? So Newton is kilogram meter per second square. So Newton per meter square is what you call as a Pascal. And it is represented in the books. You will see the symbol, what you are using, symbol for the pressure, Newton per meter square, or PA. What they are using? PA. Pascal, in the honor of the great scientist Pascal, they have given the name Pascal, PA. So Newton per meter square, Newton per meter square, in the honor of Blaise Pascal, the SI unit of pressure is known as Pascal. 1 Pascal is equal to Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. And you can see that 1 Newton, you already know what is that, equal to kilogram meter second inverse. So what are the units? How do we write the short form of this? PA, Pascals. Is it clear now what we are talking? Why? What is the need of the pressure? Important and interesting topic. Interesting topic. Students, more interesting things are coming now. As I said, thrust and pressure in our everyday life. Thrust and pressure in our everyday life. And what is a thrust? Thrust is a perpendicular force on the surface. Perpendicular force on the surface. But we are using force all the time. So when I mean force per unit area, it means thrust per unit area when I'm talking of the pressure. Interesting thing, students, you have seen camel can run easily over the sand. What is the important point about this? You have seen the feet of the camel. You have seen the feet of the camel.
Yes.
Are the feet of the camel small or large?
Large.
So what will happen when the feet of the camel is very large? It is moving on a sand, student. The area of contact will increase or decrease? The area of contact of the camel. Camel is very heavy. You know, camel, you have seen the camel weight is very high. When it will move on the sand, student, the feet is very large. So what will happen to the pressure on the sand? More or less?
Less.
The pressure will be low. Therefore, what will happen? The larger feet means larger area on which the force is the same. The weight of the camel is the force which is acting downward, student. The area is large, pressure is less. Therefore, what will happen? The feet of the camel will not go deep inside the sand. It easily walks. You have seen camel easily running on the sand. So you have seen that. So that is important. What we are saying, the pressure which will be applied by the camel is equal to thrust per unit area, and you are representing by F by A. This area is large, therefore the pressure is small. P is inversely proportional to A, so there is a low pressure. You have seen tanks, student. You know, tank is very heavy. Very heavy. How many? How much tons of weight? Thousands of tons of weight of a tank you have seen. And it can run over sand and mud. But what type of tracks it has? You have seen a belt on the tanks. There is a belt on the tank. Did you see that? What? Why don't have wheels walking, running on the track, student? But you have caterpillar tracks surrounding the wheels. So you have seen a belt, student. What is the reason? So that the wheels, it will provide larger surface area. Larger surface area. What will happen then? The pressure exerted by the tank will be more or less. The tank
Less.
is having more than 1,000, more than 1,000 student ton weight. Ton weight. So the force is very large, but the area of contact is increased. The area of contact becomes very large. Hence, it is able, the pressure becomes less on the ground on which it is running. Hence, they can easily run over sand and mud. So why tanks can easily run? Because the surface area is increased, the pressure becomes less. That is what we said. Pressure is a force per unit area. That was the reason pressure is required. Pressure is required. Same force, but surface area increased, the pressure becomes less. Tanks easily run on the sand and the mud. Can you tell me why tractor? Have you seen tractor, students?
Yes, sir.
Tractor. You have seen that tires are very broad. Tractors have broad tires. What is the result of that? The tires are broad means the area is more or less.
More.
So area is increased. Therefore, the pressure exerted by the tractor on the ground will be less. And it can be easily seen where the tractors are used. You know, where we are using tractors. Where are you using tractor, student?
In agriculture related work.
Agriculture type of land, farmhouses, farmers are using it, so they have to have a broad tires. So the area of contact becomes large. Area of contact increases, is large, then the pressure is low, and then it easily runs. You have seen this is a nail. Okay, what happens to the nail? It looks like this, pointed. What is the reason of that, student? Why these nails are pointed? What happens at this point? The area is more or less?
Less.
Area is less. And if I apply a force, thrust, perpendicular force, this is supposing 90 degree. Okay? Perpendicular force. Now what will happen? If I am hitting at this, what will happen to the nail? Here the contact area is very small. The pressure will be high or low?
High.
Pressure high. And what will happen? Then this nail is pointed, because then you can fix it. It will go inside this wooden block. It will go inside the wooden, because the pressure is high. The area of contact is less. Thrust is the same. What is thrust? Perpendicular force. You have seen when you have a poster, supposing you have seen, this is our notice board of the school. Notice board. There is a chart paper. This is a chart paper. How you stick the chart paper? You bring, what do you bring? What you are using in this case? Drawing pins. How the drawing pins look like? They are having something like this. Tell me. These are drawing
Yes,
pin.
sir.
So what do you do? This area is large, but this area is sharp, very small area. So you, with your hands, you apply a force, you apply a thrust. Always keeping perpendicular. You seen perpendicular. If I don't keep it perpendicular, what will happen? Then it will not go inside. Why? Because you have seen thrust is perpendicular force at right angle. Then you can fix this. You see your chart paper on the notice board. On the notice board, student of the school. What do you see? Notice board of the school. Notice board of the school. So this is our notice board of the school, and you are able to put drawing pins in the chart paper. The chart paper is fixed. The chart paper is fixed. Student, poster is fixed. So you can fix a poster and apply high pressure on the drawing pin, because the thrust is the what you are applying, and area of the contact is very small. The pressure is high, then it works. It works. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
The straps of the school bags are broader. Do you have a school bag?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me. You want to go and buy the school bag. What you will look into the school bag, student? How much weight is there in the school bag? All the books, all the notebooks you are carrying. ठीक है? Supposing
Yes, sir.
that weight comes to around 5 to 10 kg. You have to carry that. So how you are carrying? On the shoulders? On the shoulders. And you have seen one thing very important. The straps of the school bag are broader. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Why the straps of the school bag are broader, student? What will happen if the strap box are thinner? If they are very thin, what will happen? You will see the pressure on the shoulder. Pressure is force per unit area. The force is same, whatever weight you are carrying. But if area becomes less, the school bags become thinner. They will exert a lot of pressure on your shoulder. But if the school bags are broader, the pressure will be less. So broader, so that the pressure becomes low. So you have seen, students, travelers also carry and buy bags which have broader straps or thinner straps.
Broader straps.
Broader straps. We will buy bags which have broader straps, more comfortable, less pressure will be there on our shoulders. Broader straps. You have seen people climbing the mountains, mountaineering. They are carrying a bag. You have seen soldiers. Soldiers are carrying a lot of weight, sometimes more than 30 kg they have. And you have seen their bags. They are having broader straps, so the weight becomes less, and they can easily ride the higher heights, mountains. So that was the reason pressure was required. Pressure is then thrust per unit area or perpendicular force per unit area, because there is a lot of doubt among the students. I spent so much time on that. Now you have seen what is the difference between force and thrust. Okay, interesting thing which you are doing, because there will be questions on that. Are you using knife at home?
Yes, sir.
What do you use knife for, students? You want to cut something. Here is an apple. You want to cut it, student. What type of knife will be in you are using, students? Knife. What is the important point about this? This has sharp edges. Sometimes they become blunt edges. Then what you do? It is of no use. You know, there are people who sharpen the knives. You have seen that around your area.
Yes, sir.
What they do, they sharpen the edges. So what is the idea of sharpening the edges? What will happen when you sharpen the edges of the knives? What will happen when you sharpen the edges of the knife, student? The surface area, the area of contact will become less. The pressure will be more or less?
Pressure will be more.
More pressure. More pressure. P. And therefore, student, it will be easier. It will be easier to cut your vegetables by the knives. So knives always have sharp edges. If it becomes blunt, then it will, the pressure will, you will have to apply more pressure. the pressure will become less, and then it will not be effective. It will not be effective. All right. So very good till now. So many good examples have been given that what is the need of the pressure. Here is an interesting thing what we have been discussing, the our applications, and to understand it better, student. To fix a poster, drawing pins are pressed with thumb perpendicular to the board. Is it clear? What do you mean by perpendicular? The force is perpendicular means what? It is thrust. What do you define? Pressure is equal to what? Tell me fast.
Thrust divided by area.
Thrust per unit area. But we write P is equal to F by A. ठीक है? F is
Yes.
not the force, it is a thrust. And thrust is perpendicular force to the surface. Situation 2, you stand on loose sand, your feet go deep into the sand. You have seen it. Now lie down, you will find your body will not go deep. So in both the cases, we said, okay, your weight is the force, which is same. But what is happening, the area of contact has changed, has increased. Therefore, when you stand on loose sand, force, that is the weight of your body, is acting on an equal area to the area of your feet. When you lie down, the same force acts on an area equal to the contact area of your whole body, which is larger than the area of your feet. The area of your body is larger than the area of your feet. Yes. Force
Yes,
is
sir.
same, weight is same. Your weight has not changed, mass has not changed. Thus, the effect of forces of the same magnitude on different areas are different. So in the above cases, thrust is same, thrust is the same, I'm saying, but effects are different. Therefore, the effect of thrust depends on the area on which it acts. Therefore, that is why we defined student pressure. So pressure now is clear to us that pressure is thrust per unit area. We understand this. Supposing a student, what is you are saying that you have a pressure F by A. What are the units? SI units. How did that find SI units of pressure? SI unit of pressure. What is the force? Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. So what is 1 Pascal then? What will be 1 Pascal, student? If I say 1 Pascal pressure, what it means? How much force is there?
1 Newton.
How much area is there?
1 meter square.
So if I apply this, student, 1 Newton per meter square, that is 1 Pascal. And how big will be that, student? How big is that Pascal? Just I was talking about that. You put a 100 rupee note on your palm like this. Whatever, are you experiencing any pressure? Are you experiencing anything? Yes, some pressure is there, but that's very low. That's very low. So if the force maybe 1 Newton only. But if I put 10 books on my hand, what happens? As the mass will keep on increasing, the pascals will keep on increasing. Pascals will keep on increasing. So 1 Pascal is a small, very small number. Even air has a pressure. Air has a pressure. And what is the pressure of the air? Pressure of the air. Air exerts a pressure. You have seen, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is the force per unit area. Force per unit area. Now let us see, student. Here is an interesting example. The numerical example to understand the effect of thrust acting on different areas. What do you mean by? Let us do a small calculation in order to understand more about what we are talking about. Here, students, I have a block of wood. You can see this is a block of wood, 20 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 40 centimeter. Okay? What do we call this? This is a cuboid. Cuboid. ठीक है. Now I put this cuboid in this form. ठीक है. And the mass of this is 5 kg. This mass is, student, how much? 5 kg. And the dimensions are 40, 20 and 10. Find the pressure exerted by the wooden block on the tabletop. On the tabletop, if it is made to lie on the tabletop with its sides of the dimension A. What do you mean by this? You have a table. ठीक है. Let me consider this is my table, student. ठीक है. This is our table, student. On this table, I am going to put this cuboid. The weight is acting vertically downward. So a downward perpendicular to the table, that will be the thrust, which will depend on the mass. But it will depend on the mass. What is the force acting downward? M into G. If M is the mass, how much mass is there, student? 5 kg into 9.8 meter per second square. So we can calculate this force, how much it comes. Multiply 5 by 9.8. How much force is there vertically downward?
49 Newton.
49 Newton. So thrust, we can say thrust here is 49 Newtons. ठीक है. If I put the box in this dimension which I have shown, 20 and 10, like this. Now, what will be the pressure in the first case? In the first case, A, this is my A, student, and this is my B. ठीक है. In the A, the area which is in contact, what is the area of the cuboid which is in contact? How do you calculate area? Length into breadth, 20 into 10. How much will be that? Area here, in this case, 20 into 10, right? Centimeter square. Centimeter square. So since we are using SI units, we can convert it into meter. How much will be that? How much it will be that in meter square? 200 by 100 into 100. ठीक है. How much will come in meter square? 0.02 meter square. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So here is the area which is 0.02 meter square. Thrust is the force into G, student. Thrust is the force which I am saying into G. So what is the thrust here? F is equal to M into G. Then what will be the pressure exerted by this A? What will be the pressure exerted if the dimensions are in this direction? ठीक है. This is a block of wood. What will be the pressure in the first case, student? Here, what is the pressure coming? 49 newtons divided by 0.02 meter square. ठीक है. How much it is?
2450 Newton.
2450 Newton per meter square, pascals. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the pressure in this case. Now, student, I am coming to the B part. The force is same thrust. Thrust is the same, student, which is how much? 49 newtons. Now here you can see what has happened to the area. It has increased or decreased. This is 40 centimeter and this is 10 centimeter. Now I have shift, the box is now lying down in such a way that this is 40 into 10. Then what is the area here? In the B part, length into breadth, 40 centimeter into 20. How much it comes?
800 centimeters square.
0.08 meters square. Then if this is my pressure of the A, and this is the pressure of the B, student. So what will be this pressure? 49 Newton divided by 0.08 meter square. How much this value comes?
612.5 Newton meter square.
So now what we have proved, student? What we have proved? This value is bigger. This pressure is larger, student. What we are finding? What I am finding, student? This pressure is larger. Pressure of A is more than pressure of B because the surface area in contact is where the surface area in contact is less
First case.
is less in A than B. Therefore, this was our point to prove, student. When the same force, what we are trying to say, student, when the same force, what we have proved, student, very important thing, does the same force acting on smaller area exerts a larger pressure, and smaller pressure on larger area, on a larger area will exert smaller pressure. This answers many of your MCQ questions in the coming exams. Why did we spend so much time on it? Because we wanted you to understand what is the difference between force and thrust. And when I will apply, you see, the pressure, it is thrust per unit area, not the force per unit area. Not the force per unit area. That is the reason nail has pointed tip, knives have sharp edges, and buildings have wide foundations. When the buildings are made, they dig deeper. And what they do? The foundations are made more wide. What will happen when the foundation is wider? If you are building a multi-storied building, what will happen? The pressure will become more or less? Less. So the building will be stable and it can stand. Therefore, student, if I talk of my concept board in this lecture, student, first of all, what we defined, what is thrust? What is thrust, student?
The thrust is the force exerted by an object perpendicular to the surface.
ठीक है, thrust is a perpendicular force. Perpendicular force, ठीक है, by an object on the surface. ठीक है, perpendicular. So the object is perpendicular, and the pressure, what is the pressure, student? Thrust per unit area, and we defined it as F by A, and the Newton per meter square, SI unit, which is called pascals. What we call, student? PA, Pascal. ठीक है? So we defined that, and the conclusion of today's lecture is that smaller the area of contact, smaller the area of contact, what will happen to the pressure?
More will be the pressure.
P more. And that is the reason camels are able to walk, tanks are able to run, tractors have wide tires, all because of these reasons. Knives have sharp edges, and you have seen the drawing pins have sharp tips. You can apply the pressure and fix posters on the notice board. So this explains everything. Any doubt in this, students?
No, sir.
All right. I hope this was very well explained to all of you. And I thank you for cooperating with me, students. You can score 100% marks. I would request at least forward these videos and to at least five friends and ask them to subscribe the channel, and they can contact us in case of any need. Then I will see you in the next class. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.